Just here to break down the Broncos win last night over the Minnesota Vikings. Look, that was a good game from beginning to end. The Broncos continued their streak of getting takeaways. This time they only had like three takeaways, but it started the same way with Jaquan McMillan getting a fumble recovery in the beginning of the game. Look, 4 game win streak, 4 game win streak, and kind of got good news. If the Broncos win their next 2 games, the next one against Cleveland at home, then on the road against the Houston Texans, they'll have a playoff spot. They'll be in a playoff spot. They'll have a playoff spot come December. They just gotta keep winning and fighting off the other cats, the other teams, from trying to come up and you know what I mean and jack their spot. It's what they gotta do. I think they could do it. I know they could do it. They proven it. Look, I done put out a lot of shorts today, a lot of good shorts. And Charlton said, it's the belief. He said, Adam Charlton said they truly believe. And he said Russell Wilson preaches belief. Russell Wilson makes them believe. And the coaching staff also makes them believe. You got to believe, y'all. It's happening. This is not the same Broncos team that would just win, get in games and then lose the fight. Not this year, y'all. They're in games and they're winning the fight. They're in games and they're winning the fight. Look, the defense forced 3 turnovers in this game. They forced 3 turnovers in this game. They somehow, for some reason, they turnover machines. Look, I just did a short earlier today on Jaquan McMillan. They was asking him, how is it that you keep doing this? How is it that you keep getting getting these takeaways? How is it? He said it's just a mindset. It's just a mentality. It's a mindset. He said he had that dog mentality at every stop that he went to. From high school, to college, and probably from the Pee Wees too. He was going in. Look, this Broncos team is very dangerous right now. They had the right head coach. They had the right head coach to pull the buttons. They ain't got the right head coach to pull the buttons. Sean Payton knew what he was doing when they ain't make no move to trade nobody. Look, they got a bunch of calls, and they had got 3 offers. They had 3 offers on the table. Out of 7 calls, they had 3 really good offers on the table for Pat Surtain. And Pat Surtain would have brought back the type of trade value that Jalen Ramsey got when he got traded to the Rams. But they ain't budged. They got good offers for Jerry Jeudy. They was offered a 3rd-round pick, I think a 3rd and a 5th-round pick for Jerry Jeudy. But they didn't move off of Jerry Jeudy. They kept the band together. You know what I mean? They literally kept the band together. Look what the man Fanatic said after after the Broncos won the Super Bowl in 2015. If you keep the band together, I think we could win another. But this is a new band. These these the talent that we got never really won nothing. Okay, now Champagne, this is his first year. He brought in people with winning mentality that knows how to win. From Samar J.P. Ryan, you know, the left guard Ben Powers, um, Adam Chapman, Lil Jordan Humphrey, the right tackle Mike McGlinchey. He brought in people that came from a winning culture to try to help it spread around the team. Because it's contagious. Winning is contagious, and it's a belief, and it's different this year. It's not like last year with Nathaniel Hackett. It's not the years of fake Fangio. It's not the years of Vance Joseph as head coach. But then, mind you, one thing, when he hired Vance Joseph as a defensive coordinator, I'm like, huh? What is Sean doing? Vance Joseph had to say something to impress that man because after the Miami game, that 70-point debacle, Broncos lost by 50 points. If I was the head coach, I don't think I would have had that much patience with Vance Joseph. I don't I don't really think I could have. And that's what Sean Payton is displaying in his coaching staff. And he's displaying that to his team, saying, yo, I believe in y'all. That's why I came here, because I know y'all needed a coach like me to help bring the winning culture back to Denver. Because Denver, the Denver Broncos are a storied franchise, and they need to be, the Denver Broncos need to be mentioned amongst the elite franchises. Look, the Giants and Washington game, nobody could take a shower after the game because there was no running water. You come to Dove Valley, you come to Empire Field for Sunday game, Saturday night game, Monday night game, Thursday night game. It's going to be running water there. You know why? Because we got the richest owners in the game, and we got owners that care about their players. They came in and set a championship culture by what they doing. They they just put down a new field for the Broncos to play on in this game, the game against the Vikings. That they show appreciation by winning, and on top of that, they won, and it was 31's birthday. Yeah, it was Justin Simmons' birthday. Wasn't no way it was going to lose that game. But you gotta give credit to Minnesota. They came out like they watched the film. They came out like ain't no way we letting the Broncos run all over us. Ain't no way. You could see how they was playing defense, and then the Vikings defensive coordinators Brian Flores, for real, he the one that got the lawsuit against the Broncos. Well, not this regime, But the regime, when John Elway interviewed him, I think what for a head coaching job a few years back, and allegations saying that they always jump, at the interview they didn't look right or what have you. So he tried to have his defense playing their best defense so they could come away with the win. Yeah, Josh Dobbs played great, but Josh Dobbs played great, but no, he's not no rookie. I think he's been in the league for about 7 years, 7 years, maybe eight. But he's been on the move. He never had, you know, uh, like one place, like a steady place. You know what I mean? He never had that. You know what I mean? So by him not having that, he traveled from team to team, team to team. He traveled. Like he probably found a home in Minnesota. He might have found a home in Minnesota with the Vikings, but we wasn't. The Broncos wasn't going to let that happen. Look, the last time the Broncos been on a four-game winning streak was in 2016. 2016 was the last time the Denver Broncos was on a four-game winning streak. It's about time, Broncos country. The Broncos really deserve this. And I heard it was about, what, 2,000 empty seats? Those are the people who missed out. Look, if I was out there in Colorado, I'll be at every Broncos game. But I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's where I live at. But I make sure I watch and see every time my team play. I rep my team no matter what, no matter where I'm at, no matter what it does. I rep my team no matter what. And look, Samaji Piran was one of Russell's go-to person in the fourth quarter. Yeah, check down for 10 yards, bomb, another one for 17 yards. It's 4th and 3. Russ is moving around. Russ is scrambling. Oh, there go Cortland. There go Court. Bomb. Court. One hand catches the ball, goes down, catches it with one hand. Bomb. Now that sets up the touchdown. Because it was 4th and 2, 4th and 3. He caught that. And bomb, the final one. Court goes up and get it in double coverage. Nobody was worried about that. They knew he had that. He got the best hands in the business. That's what he does. Gets those 50-50 balls. Now on that 2-point conversion, I think that was a dumbass play call. Sean Payton called in. That was a dumbass call. I think it was. Maybe he wanted to test the defense, and see how much the Broncos wanted that. Sean Payton does shit like that. He's mad genius, mad scientist. He does shit like that. That's what Sean Payton does, just to see where his team's hard at. And he's sincere when he's like, look, I'm happy for these cats. I'm happy for these boys. Happy for the men in the locker room. They deserve it. Damn right they deserve it. You know what I mean? Judge Simmons been was drafted by the Broncos in 2016. That was the last winning season he experienced. Because that's the last winning season the Broncos had under Gary Kubiak when they finished 9-8, and Trevor Simeon was a starting quarterback. Right? Facts. Facts. How about that? That's facts. So all I'm spitting is facts. So all I'm talking about spitting is facts. Let's keep this train rolling, Broncos country. Now, this is rough stats from the game. He was 27 of 35, 259 passing yards, one TD. So now he has 18 touchdowns on the year. He has 19 touchdowns. Now Russell Wilson officially has 19 touchdowns on the year to 4 interceptions. That means what? He's protecting the ball. He's protecting the ball. He bought into what Sean Payton has brought to Broncos country. He's bought into that. So all the players bought into that. Look, when I was doing the shorts today, I was just listening before I did it to make sure that these are the right ones that I'm doing. And from what I heard, especially from Adam Troutman, he said, yeah, it was different in New Orleans. We all know that. He had to say that, talking about that. But he's talking about it, how it's coming here in Denver. You know, he heard stories like, the stories, how the Broncos getting games never finished, or just getting games and don't show no fight. Yeah, he heard stories around the locker room because they done banded together like brothers and they trust everybody. They play. It's not like they're playing for individual accolades. They're playing and they're winning as a team. Yeah, there's still a lot of reporters out there, namely Skip Bayless, Undisputed. Yeah, he got Richard Sherman. I was watching that earlier today this morning, and when he was talking to Richard Sherman about what do you think about the game, and do you think Russell Wilson and the Broncos are play our team? Which Sherman had to do his lip like this, that funny shit. Look, do it what you want. Russell ain't retired. You retired. Russell's still playing, and you retired. You just sitting there back, like talking. You retired. Not Russell. He's still playing, and he's playing at a high. Russell is playing at a high level. Haters gonna hate, man. Haters gonna hate. Russell took that with a grain of salt, man. He took it with a grain of salt, and he's getting it in. The Broncos are winning. Look, the NFL in football is good. It's even better when the Broncos are winning. When the Broncos are relevant, that's good for football. I know my life is better with Bronco football anyway, winning or lose. I'm here because I'm a diehard. I'm bringing news. I got to do that. I'm here, win or lose. But Life is better with Broncos football. The world knows that. The world knows that. The Denver Broncos are a first class organization. Look, you know, before the trade deadline even really came and gone, Sean Payton got rid of, some veterans. I'm glad that George Payton did right. He did right by Randy Gregory. Yeah, George Payton did right by Randy Gregory by trading that man by trading him to San Francisco to the 49ers. They couldn't agree on a spot for Frank Clark. So what they did, they just outright released him. I ain't mad at that, but I'm glad that they did right by Randy Gregory. Would have loved to still see Randy Gregory around, but this is just goes to show you they believe in a young movement. Sean Payton believes in the younger players, trying to bring them up and mold them and teach them so they could be good. Look, Marvin Mims leads the NFL in kick returns and punt returns. He leads the NFL. Marvin Mims. Yeah, he needs to be more involved in the offense, but I think he had one or two catches or whatever. But he has patience. His time is probably going to be next year because in 2024, who knows, Jerry Judy might not be around, but they did pick up Jerry Judy's fifth-year option. So that means Jerry Judy will be around. But who knows about Cortland Sutton, right? Who knows the fate of Cortland Sutton after the season? Tim Patrick. Who knows? Because Tim Patrick doesn't have no more guaranteed money. I don't think on his contract. But I would like if they let Cortland go, they got to keep Tim Patrick because Tim Patrick was the glue, and him and Russell had that chemistry before anybody. Tim Patrick and Russ had the chemistry before anybody else. And I don't think I know they'll draft another wide receiver. But good things coming back to Broncos country, and it's well deserved. It's well deserved. It's well deserved, Broncos country. It's well deserved. That was a hard fought win. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad how they got it. Not mad how it happened. They got the dub. They got the dub. And I just hope PJ Lock be back next week for the game against Cleveland. Because Kareem Jackson got suspended again. And this time it's going to be 4 games. He's going to appeal it. He's going to appeal it, but the first time he appealed it, they dropped it down to 2 games. He was back in 2. So this time it'll be probably 4 games before he come back. You don't want to mess up the chemistry, mess up the streak with Sean Payton even told him that. He said, Sean Payton told him, we're kind of rolling now, man. Don't come in and fuck it up. He said, don't come in and fuck this shit up, because we're rolling. But that was a clean hit. I got to say that. It was a clean hit. I seen it. I looked at it. looked it clean. You can't help when you lunge and all that other stuff, and the quarterback want to tuck his head like that, but he was coming at his chest, and when a quarterback tucks his head, something right there, of course it's going to be contact. It's going to be contact. But he was aiming for the chest area, the ball area, and that's got knocked out. The ball did get knocked out. Officials didn't call nothing, didn't say nothing, but the ruling came down from New York today. He's suspended 4 games without pay. I hate it for him because Kareem Jackson, he's not a dirty player. Not a dirty player at all. Not at all. But I got faith. I believe in my Broncos. That's what it is around Broncos country. Gotta believe, man. Everybody believe. If they believe, I believe. And hope everybody else in Broncos country believe because it's happening. And I'm predicting the Broncos will make the playoffs. They're gonna get in as a wild card. Remember I told you, all they gotta do is beat Cleveland. If they beat Cleveland this coming week, this coming Sunday coming up, and then they go to Houston, take care of business in Houston. Their playoff spot is there. So they do have a path to making the playoffs, to getting into a wild card spot. And and Lord have mercy, if they get into a wild card spot, they're gonna be dangerous. They're gonna be a dangerous team to play. They will be a dangerous team to play. Oh God, Lord have mercy. I'm looking forward to it. And look, I go to sleep on my face with a smile at night, even though I'm sleeping next to a Panther fan. Yeah, I said it. My wife's a Panther fan. Yeah, I live with a Panther fan. I didn't know that, but I love her for who she is. She loved me for me. But yeah, I don't have a Bronco girl. I wish I did. Be truthful. But I'm happy God sent me my wife. My wife has a good personality. I love her. She loves my faults. I love her fault. I mean, it is what it is. Been married 10 years, so be 11 next August, August 3rd. So it's a blessing, man, and it's a blessing. It's like the Broncos winning again. The Denver Broncos are relevant again. They're being talked about in the national media again. You know what that means? Broncos country. The Broncos are relevant again. They're relevant again. Nobody's laughing no more. Like Rocky. I think it was the last one when he did that pro, when he was doing the computer fight, and his son was he was boxing. His son was by his side. He said, "Dad, nobody laughing at you no more. They know you for real, right? Nobody's laughing at the Broncos no more. They know the Denver Broncos are for real. Nobody's laughing no more. No, and basically, guess what? Nobody want to play the Broncos right now. The Vikings didn't even want to come in and play us right now, but they had to because you got to play your schedule. Look what the Giants did to the Commanders. with a third string quarterback, Tommy DeVito, and we have Russ. We got Russell Wilson. Oh, go on Instagram, man, and I'm doing the Bronco. I got some Hot Wheels up. I just put out a lot of blazing stuff. I did a lot of work today, man. Did a lot of work today, y'all. I'll do some more work tomorrow. And Wednesday, uh, and Wednesday, and Thursday is Thanksgiving, so gotta fall back for Thanksgiving Day. Probably be back Friday. Yeah, we'll be back Friday because we're leading up to the game. Probably, you know what I mean. It is what it is, y'all. It feels good to win. When it feels good, like Sean Payton said at the press conference, you know, you can't describe the winning feeling, but you say like this, like if B's having to go through a week knowing you lost that game and you're in a rut, there's differences between a groove and a rut. Sean Payton always explains that, and you could tell it's going through his players how they talk. The rut, the groove, it's there. They done bought in. They done bought in. It's good Broncos country. And, I mean, this my high salute. My high salute.